I am a cat. My name is Cord. I slept on my mom's PC and then unplugged her audio mixer. Dab. Sorry, if you're not used to my videos, that's probably an absolute wild intro. But in today's video, we are going to talk about an artist, more so an art scammer, because somebody noticed that this artist's posts looked a little suspicious and looked really similar to their actual artwork. Let's delve into the situation, and don't bully anyone. So this is a post made on Threads by user Aurora Aesthetic, writing PSA, another art thief and AI prompter in the wild. Glad they liked my art enough to steal it, lol. Pretty sure the other pieces are also either stolen or AI generated. Keep on the lookout. And so they're talking about a user by the name of Daniel Illustration 1. And Daniel is going under a bunch of people's posts, people who are looking for commissions, being like, oh, please self-recommend yourself, like I'm looking to commission an artist. Daniel has this post being like, professional illustrator here. I specialize in dark romance character art and would love to be considered. Feel free to check out my portfolio and send a message. And in here, there is a photo of a couple, a blonde-haired guy and a really gorgeous girl with long hair. That's actually Aurora's artwork, posted to Aurora's Instagram. That is not Daniel's work at all. Suspicious, Daniel, suspicious. Here is another post Daniel has posted. Again, self-recommending. Professional illustrator here, specialized in dark romance character art and would love to be considered for this commission. And it features more artwork. Notably, these art pieces are in a very different style to the original post that we saw, because the other post was artwork made by Aurora. These two are probably stolen from somebody. Here, Daniel self-recommending again, with two more art pieces in once again a very different art style. How is Daniel able to draw in so many different art styles as one person? OP adds, he has also posted my artwork in multiple looking for art posts. They also have a lot of AI in their posts. Check for your own art. More advertisements from Daniel. And here, again, other art pieces, where here you can see there is like a watermark for an artist who looks to have the name Zumia, so they didn't even bother to remove the watermark, which is so fucking weird. Another person adds, I would have recognized your art piece right away because I watched your speed paint of it the other day. It looks like they've also stolen art by an artist named Fiona Artist. And Fiona had quote retweeted it saying, all the art is stolen or AI generated. This art piece here of these two characters and she's playing the piano is actually artwork that Fiona has made. Daniel is still at it because Daniel is still in the comments as of 9 hours ago under posts self-advertising themselves with artwork that all looks so vastly different. And on further look, Zumi Free Sky is the artist for this piece, which is for a book written by author Katie Michelle, where you have two characters, a redhead and a guy who has tattoos, and she's kind of sitting on the counter and they're making waffles. We have Zumi's watermark on the bottom. Here, this is literally Zumi's work run through AI. We have the fuck-ass Gemini logo on the bottom here. Hello? Bro didn't even try to cover his tracks, and that is so freaking disrespectful. Next up, he has this image where he's claiming to have drawn, where if we look closely at this image, there are some oddities that don't give me confidence it's human-made. First off, we again have the weird looping stuff happening with the hair. Like as you can see with her hair kind of over the shoulder, there is a lot of looping coming out, going back in. And if it's moving this way, you would see all the hair appear behind this strand. We don't have that. Secondly, the ears are really odd. The two characters have ears that are visible to us. Both ears are drawn very, very differently. And this one, it kind of looks like she has cauliflower ear, which is like what happens to boxers if they get beat in the ear too much. She also has two different colored eyes. So unless like she has heterochromia as part of her lore, that doesn't make sense. Again, hair strands not adding up. We have very, very thick chunk of hair here and it just disappears right by the ear. They're also not looking at each other, but they're supposed to. They look like they're supposed to look at each other, but they're not. He's kind of staring at her bangs and she's staring at like his jaw, which is something you'll see with like AI generated works. They'll have characters look at each other, but not quite. And then look at the watch. The watch face doesn't add up at all. There's no actual like hands for the watch. Yeah, real oddities. And then her dress has like a bow, but way too many strands coming out of it for it to make sense. Here's more artwork Daniel's posting under somebody's post. This person we've talked about before. If I remember, I'll link it down below, but they were the one who had the artist submit them the fakest repaint ever, which is super unfortunate. But you know, they've been scammed by two AI artists. And Daniel's in the comments advertising his work that's, first off, just stolen from people, but secondly, also looks like it features AI generated works. We've got this character, and the shoelaces are being really weird here. Maybe it's human error, but this one, it's looking a little odd. I'm gonna be honest. She has a strand of hair going straight into her eyeball. The eyes also do not match. She has 2 eyelashes on one eye, 1 eyelash on the other eye. Her thumb is kind of melting into his hoodie, and his eyes also don't match. They're not even. The whites of the eyes look like they should match up, but they don't. And they're also looking in 2 vaguely very different directions, off into the abyss somewhere. Either they took somebody's art and ran it through AI, or they just straight up generated this themselves. Here's another one. He claimed he made this, that he's a freelance illustrator, that this is part of his portfolio. Yeah, no. So here we have a brunette girl kind of leaning her shoulders against a guy with like dark curly hair. Her thumb is detached. She also has 6 fingers on this hand. 1, 2, what is this? Another like hidden finger, a knuckle. 3, 4, 5, 6. All the fingernails are completely uneven. She has a really big fingernail on her ring finger. She has like long brunette hair, but their hair ends like a little below her bust, okay? And then she just suddenly has chunks of hair coming out of her pocket. What the hell? That's not right. And his clothing is completely off as well. His shirt lapels don't add up on the right side versus the left side. The button spacing is odd. Somehow 2 buttons are closer than the other buttons. It's all very odd. Now, Daniel has a Behance, where we can see more examples of Daniel's work. Yeah, the math is not mathing at all. Same character, he has like a piercing in one ear and then it's gone in the next sheet. This is supposed to be a character sheet, mind you. The hair is 2 slightly different shades of brown. The ears are also drawn differently. And also for a character reference sheet, it doesn't make sense to draw the character with the same face 3 different times. Like this character has the same kind of blankish neutral expression in all 3. Whereas normally with a character sheet, you draw variations. So a picture of how they look like smiling and happy, one angry, one crying, something like that. But you wouldn't have 3 slightly different disinterested expressions. And then we have this, the anime sketch to render. Daniel apparently also does children book illustrations and watercolor art. And we just saw the anime art and full-blown stylized illustrations and a very hyper-realistic anime style. And this form of hyper-realism. And this form of very stylized work. Like, come on, you're not doing all of this. Again, like I've said many times, artists will have different art styles. Yes, that is true, and yes, that is normal. But you won't see an artist specialize in 10,000 different styles, right? And have them all look like they were drawn by different people. If they look like they're drawn by different people, they probably were. Not to mention this one, we've got a skeleton with hands puppeting characters, and this one finger is super long compared to the other fingers. That's not right. And Daniel's threads, Daniel posts an art process where we can see Daniel's sketches. So here we have this sketch. We have a kid. She's holding a candle. There's a little burp next to her foot. She's got toenails only on one foot and not on the other. Maybe it's a design choice due to the perspective. The eyes are definitely cross-eyed. That's for sure. Hey, no flame. Happens sometimes, you know? But then suddenly everything turns out perfectly normal in the final piece, plus an AI piss filter. We got another one, line art, final product. This one is really odd to me because the line art is done really thick. Like this is not a sketch. This is like line art for cell shading that you would find in like heavily rendered kind of like cartoony style pieces. In the final product, that line art is missing. This piece has almost no line art. There's some on the bottom of the face here and some on the body, but there's very minimal amounts of line art in this piece. And the line art that is done with a different textured brush. This is done with like a pencil or like a crayon textured brush. This is done with a straight pen brush. So like, what is the point for doing line art this heavy with a pen brush when you're not going to use this brush? Like you would just do the line art with the crayon brush. And then he's got this, okay? And then we have the rendering and then the final product where it's drawn into the environment. First off, what is the point of drawing such a complex tattoo in the line art if you're just going to erase it and just go with these sort of zigzags? I don't know. Maybe design choice, right? But we look at this character. Bro can't draw shoelaces. What is happening here? The real big question when it comes to is this AI or not? What would a human do, you know? WWAHD, okay? Like, would a human draw shoelaces all like this? Or would they draw, you know, normal shoelaces kind of crisscrossing like how shoelaces normally would? And then also, what the hell is happening here? Is that a jellyfish? Is that a line? A lobster claw? This looks like a jellyfish to me. We have a bird, leaves, like what is happening? And then also, wasn't this character supposed to have a scar? Where did the scar go? Like, it's just so odd. It's like this person is making all this line art to try to LARP as an actual artist, and they're not. Or at least a big majority of what they're showing is stolen from actual people, which we've seen, or AI generated. Don't send hate or bully anybody, but do your due diligence and show love to the actual affected artist, because this is somebody who's trying to pretend they're an artist, but their work is stolen from actual legitimate artists, and I feel so bad for them. And there's probably a lot more people whose art was taken by this guy. Support the real artists. I'll have them linked down below. Please go check them out. And if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. I have digital art there for streamers and creators. I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide, and I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST or Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch y'all there or in another video. Peace.